Good evening, everyone. All right, we're back. So today, June 2nd, we actually started off the day pretty good. We ended the day with $35.10. Not bad. I honestly will take that. That's money off the table. $35 more dollars than I had yesterday. So I'll go over my trades for today, starting with the first trade of the day, AMOD. This one was actually a loser. So I don't know what I was thinking. Um, there was some news that came out. So I took my first trade. You can see AMOD $10.92. So I was very disciplined. I stayed within my rules. 10-1. All right, 2-1. All right, 10 cents stop loss. 20 cents is the goal. Executed my first trade around four. No, not 4. 5 in the morning. 5:14. So this is when it popped up. The volume was looking pretty good at the time, but when I didn't really look at the news. So when the news comes out, it's kind of hard to look at things back and forth. I try looking at it as quick as I can and try to process it as fast as I can. But I saw the volume was going kind of quick. I got in and then I got out for a 10-cent stop loss. I said, you know what? This is not the good news. After reading it, it wasn't really that good. The volume did catch my attention. The float was low. It was 5.9 million. And then I took a look at a peep at the 200 EMA. I was like, okay, there's some room. So if there's some breaking news, game-changing news, then it can break certain levels, but it didn't do that. So I got in around 131, so right around this red candle, and it popped up briefly, but I couldn't get out. This was quick. This is a very thin doji candle. It rejected immediately at 149. I couldn't take this trade. I couldn't get out for a really quick win. It happens in milliseconds. It's very, very, very hard. So as soon as it failed, and I was like, it's not gonna work. And then looking at the 200, the MACD, it was already beginning to close. Around here. This is a bottoming candle, bottoming wick candle, and then it bottomed again. And that's when I took my loss at 120. As soon as it hit right here, and I was like, you know what? This is not gonna work. We got out the trade. All right, so cool. I was like, whatever, down $10. Who cares? NIVF. I was watching this for a breakout. It was just a little short volume, so we'll go over here to the screen. So NIVF. So we'll take a look at this. The float was under a million. This is what I'm looking for. These strong breakouts with the shorter float stocks, 740,000 share float. So that's supply, and that's really, really light. So let's see. Let's go back out here. I was looking at it at the corner of my eye. I'm like, this is gonna break out. I'm always looking at the stocks that have these floats, just because they normally break out pretty quickly. And there was a pretty big winner today. I forgot the name of it. I'll look at it on the scanners and we'll go over that trade. I didn't take a trade on actually the stock. It was first thing in the morning. I missed it. I'll show you guys what I missed out on. It was pretty big gains, but I didn't feel comfortable. It's the beginning of the month. My risk tolerance isn't that high. I'm trying to just build cushion. So that's the whole goal. Beginning of the month, I'm trying to build cushion. The worst thing I can do is like last month, I went deep in the red already, like over 100 first 2 days, and I was like, oh shit. But I was able to recover that pretty quickly last month. But no, this month is new, so we're gonna change that. So I saw NIVF breakout. There was some news, I believe. I think it was my first trade right over here, 5:30. Yep, breaking news. So they planned a 30 million strategic investment strategy in Solana. So lately, I've been seeing stocks popping off because of these news that they're investing in Solana or investing in XRP. I don't know if Avalanche. I'm currently investing in some Avalanche right now on Robinhood, but XRP, all these cryptos, usually Bitcoin treasuries, some stocks go up because of it. I didn't think it was gonna be a strong mover, but because of the float, because of the volume incoming, I had a pretty good feeling. So as soon as it popped up over this candle, I got in my first trade right here at $3. So it was pretty quick, guys. This happens in milliseconds. And those of you that day trade, you know what I mean. It's quick. You can't get in where you want. I got in right here, 3. I punched in my order. I'm buying off the ask on the level 2 because that's where I want to buy in. I want to just jump in. I don't want to wait. I'm gonna get in, and I sold at $33.46. So it's pretty good, 40-cent winner. That's perfect. That's what I want. Good cushion on the day for the first or second trade, whichever. So I sold. I did leave off money off the table. I I'm not gonna get greedy, but $40. Something I'm still working on is letting it go further. I mean, this was like the first candle in the 1 minute chart, so I didn't know how this would play out. These every 10 candles, every 6 candles is gonna be one 1 minute candle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this right here represents this one big topping tail green candle. So I didn't know how this would play out. If this formed another pattern that looked bullish and I would go on for higher, I would have held on. But what I'm seeing right now is just this big candle wick forming. So my thought is like, oh, this is going to reject pretty quickly. I don't think this will make crazy moves just because of how quickly it rejected over here. But it didn't, I didn't really sell until around 360 area or 346. So I did give off some money off the table. I'm okay with that. We're not here to make big winners. None of that. No, we're here to build cushion for the week. If we get some good trades off our first trade, that's fine. I want to be able to build up my risk tolerance, so when push comes to shove, I'm ready to push the gas on the pedal. I'm ready to, take bigger risk. But right now, we can't do that. We're a very small account. We can't be affording to take risk. You gotta be safe. And honestly, my consensus was pretty right. This is gut feeling that you have. Ross always talks about it in his videos, where you're just gonna have intuition, and I've developed a bit of that intuition. I'm starting to understand it. It's just something you feel. So after this candle, I was trying to see if I can get another trade. I did have enough money for another trade, but I was like, I don't know if I can get in. And it did dip down. It did break the VWAP, and that's typically a good spot for dips. And I was looking at the MACD, but then there was another topping tail and another doji, and to me, I was like, okay, this is not gonna go good. It did at the open. It did go up higher, and I did miss out on this. I could have taken the trade. I just wasn't really willing to risk. Again, my risk tolerance is not that high this week. I'm trying to be careful. I did hit a record breaking week or month in May, and I'll go over that on this weekend on my metrics and how that has improved. But in May, I hit a record breaking month, and then I kind of give that back. So I don't want to be giving back too early. I want to hit a record and then just give off just a little bit. If obviously I don't want to purposely give away the money, but I don't want to give away half. I basically give away like maybe a third of my profit from May, of my all-time high from May. So this did break out, but then at this point, it's like 6:46 a.m. for me. I'm like, you know what? I gotta get ready for work. I was like, I'm not gonna wait around. There wasn't much that was going on, so I was like, you know what? It's fine. So and the pre-market, it was already selling off, and I was like, this is not gonna do any other crazy moves, but it did. Then my third trade of the day, so I went 2 and 3, so it's what, 66% accuracy. That's perfect. I'll take 66% accuracy as long as my losses are $10. So if I'm taking $100 losses, we're not doing a good job. So we can't do that. Next one, SONM. I think this also had the same catalyst where it was a Bitcoin treasury, I believe. Let me see where this was. So we're going to go to stock quote. So, okay, Sonam Technologies signs letter of intent to sell substantially, I can't read right now. Substantially all assets to Social Mobile. So when I'm reading this, I'm not looking at all this quickly. Same thing like Ross. He will briefly looks at this. He looks at after you act, and then you look at it afterwards. You don't have time to look at all this because stuff is happening quick, real time. You can't just be reading all this in like milliseconds. No. To me, I was like, okay, they're selling all assets, and I don't know if this was bullish. I didn't even take time to look at it. I mean, this is quick. I probably should have and looked at this further. Honestly, if I don't understand this gibberish that they're talking about, I mean, I will read it and I'll use ChatGPT to tell me what is it gonna tell me. So I should do a bit more afterwards and like, okay, why didn't this go as high as it did? I made small profit. I was like, you know what, $6, I'll take it. It wasn't anything crazy, just because, I mean, look at this candle. You're not going to get anything out of it. Like, come on. So, I got in at 531. This was like, I held less than like 10 milliseconds. It was quick. I got in, got out. I was like, no, it's not going to work. I got in at $1.10. So as soon as it popped up here at the top of this candle, that's where I bought in. And then it went up to 138, instantly rejected down. And I was able to sell a little bit high, 116. So somewhere in between this candle is where I was able to sell. I'm grateful for that. But then looking at the MACD, this wasn't strong. Volume on the green candles, on the buying volume, was not strong as well. So green and followed by a big red candle, bigger than that, and then not so strong, and it just died out. So I was like, okay, I was watching it. Nothing much happened after that, and those were my 3 trades of the day. So I'm gonna show you guys on what I missed out on. First thing in the morning, LYRA. This went up. Let me see why it went up. I was watching this, guys. I fumbled a really big bag today. Am I stressed? Am I kind of pissed? Yeah, I'm fucking pissed. Like, I missed out on big moves, but my risk tolerance on these types of stocks, yes, the stock price was fantastic. Float was fantastic. This was something I could have taken a one big trade on, and I would have been done for the day. But that was the thing. My risk tolerance isn't there yet. I don't have enough in the account to take. If I were to take a trade on this is basically almost my whole account, and I'm done for the day. And I used to trade like that, and then I would lose more when I would just go the one and done. I'm noticing I'm doing better when I'm spreading my trades out evenly versus putting everything into one big trade. So that's why my risk tolerance isn't there yet. If my account was double the size, I would have taken this without hesitation. But that's what risk tolerance does to you. If it's high, if it's low, if your risk tolerance is low, you're missing out big moves. I remember watching this at the bottom of the hour, 7 a.m., 4 a.m. my time, Pacific Standard. Let's see what came out. What was the news catalyst? Oh yeah, reports positive results of Enlighten 2 phase 3 trial of LYR at 210s, achieving statistically significant results for primary and key secondary in treatment of rhinosinusitis. So, chronic rhinosinusitis. Honestly, these headlines are really good, but don't get fooled because sometimes it looks good, it sounds good, but then the stock market doesn't care. Last time the stock IMNN, it went off because it made there was like some sort of new diagnosis regarding the female reproductive system. I forgot what it was. I fumbled that, and that would have been big bags too. But dude, I just couldn't tell. Sometimes I'm like, dude, this looks good. The news looks good. It's like, oh god, it's cancer, and then, dude, the market doesn't give a fuck. The market will react the way it reacts, and you just have to be ready for it. So I was watching this. As I'm watching this, I'm like, okay, I'm full in the account right now. My account's at $907. Last month it was like hitting a high of like 1100, and I gave some back, but now it's at 907. Time of trading, it was like 835. So I could have taken a $100 trade. I was watching this. It popped up immediately. The bottom of the hour, I saw news come out. It didn't happen immediately. Waited a couple minutes. I was like, okay, is something going to go on? This did gap up. I mean, this was the previous closing day. It closed around like 474. Then it opens at like 5. Okay, something's happening. It was 6. It's almost at 100% from the previous closing day. So it's like there's gonna be something. Like, it has to be something. It goes up. I'm like, okay, and then I see the volume go up. I look at the little 2. I'm like, it's starting to get active. I couldn't pull the trigger. I could not. This was the best setup of the day, and I fumbled. We all fumble. And boom, immediately $13, dude, skyrocketed. The amount of FOMO I have, this is why I have this bear, squishy, keeps my stress away. And yeah, I fumbled this, and then it kept going higher and higher, and I kept hearing the beep on my scanner. So this high day momentum scanner, this is what's gonna tell me. This is going to give me the sound alerts on what's popping up right here. Beep, beep. Like, it's beeping so much. I'm like, holy crap. I fumbled. I fucked up. But it's okay. And then it goes even higher. I wouldn't have been able to predict it went up to a high of $38. Oh, I'm just finding out right now. It went up to a high of $38. Wow. Wow. From $7. So that's the thing. I could have made $3,100 on this one trade, but I'm holding. To do that, it would require me to hold 20 minutes. You can't trust the way I trade. By the way, if I haven't introduced myself, my name is Maurice, beginner day trader. I'm just doing daily recaps on my beginner account. I'm not here to hold for 30 minutes to make money. I'm here to get in and out quick, continuation trade. If I had more money, I would continuous trade buying the dips. But, I only have one trade of the day. I have limited money. I'm not going to hold and just waste my money. Like, you never will know if the stock will go up as high as it did. But best case scenario for me, the best case I would have gotten was get in here, 768, maybe high of like $8. Boom, this candle right here sold at 12. $400 a day, $500. I would have been super happy with that. I still would have felt FOMO seeing how high this would have gone. And if you guys haven't checked out Ross's video, I'm going to link it in the description. Over $200,000 in profits. Amazing job. As soon as I saw this happening real time, I was like, I know Ross did really good. Like, whenever I see this, it's guaranteed like 6-figure day for Ross, almost 6-figure. So I'm watching this on the woman and I'm like, wow, this is looking pretty, okay, it's picking up, but before you can act, goes up quick. So it's at the same time, it's up to you. Do you have the balls to take the trade? Do you have the balls to take the trade and pull the trigger? I didn't have the balls this time, but one thing I will say is that I did good. I got green. I started off the month good. I'm not going to complain about that. Will I let this FOMO go into tomorrow? No. We don't trade off emotion. I've built up enough discipline. At least I hope so. And at least I pray that I continue to have discipline to not trade off emotion. This bear, I gotta come up with a name with him, but you can get this at 5 and below. If you're a day trader, I honestly get this. Like, squishing this, like, dude, even right now, my stress is going down. So as I was going up, and no, my emotions were intact. I saw this happening before my previous trades. So the fact that I was feeling FOMO and I was still able to profit off, the stocks afterwards. I did have around like 385 left to trade, and there was nothing else. I was like, okay, we're gonna call it. We're gonna put day 1 of June in the books, $35. Take it or leave it. Every single day, let's get right here. It's gonna be green. I'm pointing to the screen right now. You're not seeing this, but third and the fourth, fifth, sixth, green. That's the goal. I'm gonna go for green, and we'll add more money to our account. And then the more money we have, the more we can trade, and we can capture most trades of the day. Okay, so going into tomorrow, we'll see what we're given. Me personally, with my account size, I'm hoping for dollar stocks, like $1 to $3. Those are the easiest for me to trade. It's easier risk tolerance for me and for my health or my psychological health to take. If I see something that's like $6, I'm like, okay, if I take this and it fucks up, I'm done for the day. I don't like to strike out early. That's the thing. I'm up 4 in the morning, and the worst thing that's happened to me is striking out early, and then I'm gonna have to go back to sleep, or sometimes I don't even sleep. I'm super angry because it was lack of discipline. But sometimes the stocks drop faster than you could think, faster than you could react. So going into tomorrow, going in the same mentality, staying disciplined, squishing this bear. That's number 2, and being patient. I'm being patient. If I can be patient, look for the right setup. I'm on Twitter, trying to see what the news is, trying to see what the market sentiment is. I do have investments on Robinhood. I invest in Rocket Lab. I invest in Grab. Right now, currently I do some options. I'm starting to do pretty well in options, and now I'm doing a bit bigger risk on options. I found out for options the best way is buy into weakness. If you have a strong stock that you can, pretty much bet along on, you will be good. Like with Nvidia, I mean, I'm not sure if you've seen how far Nvidia dropped during the sell-off periods. But man, if you were confident in the company and if you knew that it was going to go back to 130s or over 100, right here when it dropped at 87, and you were like, wow, I'm gonna play some calls for maybe month of June, month of May, month of July for 144, and that's or 130. Calls are risky. Everything in trading is risky. I know what I'm doing is risky. I am making sure I don't get liquidated. I don't use any margin. I'm just being careful. I know the risk tolerance. I know the game I'm playing. It's all a game. But I trust myself. So I have my longer term investments. I have my Roth. I have my Robinhood investments, and I have my day trading investments. So I would say I am pretty well nourished, and my feet is wet in all ponds, not just one pond. So in all this trading, the way I'm trading on day trading helps me with my regular investments. Like, okay, where can I get in? Should I wait for a pullback? Should I wait till the MACD crosses negative and wait till it pulls back further to get in? Like, all that stuff has helped me overall, and it all overlaps. So I don't mind. I love doing this. I will come out with an episode on Saturday or Sunday on why I day trade, and then we'll see. And then maybe Sunday we'll go over my metrics on May, and then what I'm hoping to achieve for June. And let's not go red, but yeah, this was my trading recap. First day of June, we're good. I'll try to keep these videos under 20 minutes. I talk a lot. I try not to talk too much, but man, I'm a yapper sometimes. And I got the new mic, so hopefully it sounds better. And then my connection will be connecting to my adapter to connect my iPhone 16 to my laptop will be coming soon, so hopefully the video quality will be better, and it will be at an angle, so I'll be looking at the screen and then I'll be turning to look at the camera, so that will be really good. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I hope everyone had a good first day of June. I know I did. I'm happy with 35, dude. Just keep going from there. Yeah, drop in the comments below if how your trades went, or if you got suggestions for videos. And yeah, we're gonna keep on going. So yeah, peace.